I am just gonna finish this report here. The only thing I will do is I will describe the incident. I already wrote about what exactly just took place. Briefly, if you want to go over, read this over. It's the most disappointing part is that Milan Kuchan had a really powerful backup from international side. British, Americans, they gave a strong support for this stuff. Now let me explain exactly what happened here. This is the intersection where incident took place. That's how you come from the road that you see here. I came like this and I was gonna merge to this side, to this direction. It was, of course, it was a heavy storm. Just gonna do it like this. Visibility here was especially zero, just as a psychiatrist Peter Kopp stated me. Also, due to type of vehicles that will be here. You're talking about cars that would offer zero visibility when it comes to this direction here. I had no way to see what was coming through from the other direction. You're talking about cars like Renault Kangoo, something like that. You're also talking about the timing of the pickup, morning hours, which are extremely uncharacteristic this type of traffic jam. Totally uncharacteristic. Something with which police was playing with. Any kind of cars, I don't know what kind of cars they had, but psychiatrist Peter Kopp talk about these cars, the visibility, that yes, of course the best will be camera. This allow me therefore to see absolutely anything. This here was just clustered exactly in the way I demonstrated you. Visibility here was equivalent to the zero, like this. Zero visibility, yet my mother was all wet. She told me to bring the blankets, plastic with me to accommodate her inside so she can sit inside of the car. Zero visibility for me to establish what was coming my way, basically. Not really like this, but as I already explained, zero visibility, zero. My mother completely wet like a mouse. The storm was tremendous that moved very rapidly. This was a very rapid storm. Very short bank, but very rapid and very violent storm. So I had to turn this way as fast as possible I could. There was absolutely no traffic coming from this direction. There was no traffic on this direction here. Going this way. What the fuck is that? Like this, there was absolutely no traffic. Nothing, empty. Zero jam. Right here, zero jam. So the car, which was coming, a white SUV, he was coming with a speed of at least 50 kilometers. an hour. At least 50 he was coming through here. As I was making my left turn toward this direction. So the way I handled this situation was by simply utilizing several different methods to merge onto the what I indicated as a blue lane, going in the same direction to pick up my mom. Therefore I had to go into what you see right there is blue, where this white SUV flashed through. Let me explain to you how exactly this stuff happened. It happened in such a way so that I couldn't see anything. So what I did was, the first thing I did was I positioned myself into right about where you see this circle. This here, this was my goal, to position myself. I positioned myself, if I copy paste this car right here like this, into this lane right here. That's me right there, practically. I can do better than that. That's me right here. The first step I did was I positioned myself here, like this. And I'm driving toward this direction on this lane. You understand? At the same time as I position myself here, this happened with a lightning fast speed. Just as I came here like this, just as I do this, just as I do this, just as I go from here, and instead of going like this, because of the zero visibility, I emerge through here. And as I do this, basically as I come here to the intersection, I didn't even get here yet. It's a car, a white SUV that boom flies through here, boom. You just go boom this direction, right? Like this he goes in that direction, white SUV. So clearly, yes, if I would go in any way here, this would be a smash, very, very bad, potentially even deadly accident today. And so the way I did was I merged through here without allowing. Now you have the white SUV going past me, flying through. I am slowly traveling toward this direction. However, I have cars. Let me just go here like this. We're gonna do it like that. What's the matter now with this signal? Drop down or what now? Somebody. Okay, let's do it like this. We're gonna do it like that. Really? What's happening? Somebody doesn't want this story to be smooth, that's for sure. But we're gonna repeat to make myself clear about it. Wow. All of a sudden the signal completely dropped, as you see it. This is the stuff I already have spoken to you about. It's open Wi-Fi I'm using at home, the way police want it. Finally, the Wi-Fi pick up itself again. This is inside of the closed area that's not supposed to be like this, but alright. And what I'm gonna do is I will use this car to demonstrate this issue here. Gonna do it like this. Sorry. Gonna do it like that. Fuck. It's not exactly the best. It doesn't allow me actually to take a really good view of this stuff, something that I could use. It's not really exactly what you want when doing this kind of stuff. For demonstration purposes, this is really not good. But I'm gonna use this car right here to give you an idea about what else took place. See how the story, the police report gets immediately better with the police assistance. Talking about the Wi-Fi. All of a sudden now this Wi-Fi pick up even more, just as you see it. The point is being made, and that's that, I guess. This was actually, I don't know how many cars all of a suddenly also came in my direction also here when I did that stuff. So we have again loss of the signal here. I might have to probably not a very interesting story, more like professional in a sense, like, you know, if you are a cop doing your best trying to help for the story to look as much as unprofessional as possible, then you would do it exactly this way. And now, shit, the signal just picks up itself. So, I'm right here. I want to turn that way. There is no traffic. The 3 cars that you see right here, there is none. None whatsoever. And as I made it here, right here, trying to see what's going on, go slowly, I realize this isn't going to work. So as I go here, it's the SUV that flies through. Wow. I miss the SUV, as actually SUV misses me. He doesn't have a chance to hit me. I don't give him any kind of chance to hit me. He continues to go in direction toward mother, and me, I am slowly merging on the road also in the same direction. However, I am using this as to my advantage, looking at the mirror, viewing what's going on, if there is a car behind me, if there is another car behind me. At the same time, I have cars coming from the opposite direction, and yes, I am on their side of the road, deliberately so. They can see me from the distance. I don't have the problem with it. They will have to stop, whether they like it or not, before I merge into this lane here, and I continue another 100 meters where I pick up the mom. This is the way I did this stuff. Anything else, it would result in a car crash. I utilized several techniques here. The main one, however, was to make sure that I did not expose myself to direct frontal crash. In a trucking school, you are advised when you operate trucks, before you merge into the lane, whatever lane, it's what people don't know about, and I see this all the time, to gradually merge into the lane. Never do this, like this, and just boom. Never do this. I utilize this system by traveling actually this way, while systematically, gradually moving to this line, so that even if the car would be behind me, he had a chance, and in case I would not see one, he would have a chance, time to react, slow down, etc., etc. Therefore, this is a technique used for the tractor trailers, large haul drivers who have reduced visibility of the traffic on the road. So, you know, these are the techniques I use to get this job done. Yeah, everything else, it would land me inside of the hospital, and the oil change, just as I have described about, it would not be necessary to get it done. Surely would not be necessary to get it done. This was a police setup. This was a police crime based on the police scenario. Right here is where my mother was, right here. You can see it right there. From the distance, again, the signal dropped down. Stuff I do right now is what psychiatrist Peter Kapsch have done with me, and it's also what my mother suggested me when police was doing this stuff in front of me. An entire description of what I demonstrated here have taken place. They went on the computer and they demanded from me to provide the whole description of how it shall be, of what it shall be. Talking about the police officer Zajcik, talking about Božičnik, I wouldn't even call that. I mean, I would call any of these people police officers. Metod Yerman, neighbor, a group of criminals I am writing on the blog. They wanted the detailed description of how it shall be, what it shall be, etc., etc. I'm gonna go at the end of this video. I'm gonna scroll, or if I do it now, I'm gonna do it one more time at the end about the whole thing, how it took place. So this is a video that I can use for the opportunity to. Okay, so now, do we have enough signal here? No. Oh, fuck. How the hell did it happen? Because indoors we don't have this kind of problem. And this is what Method Yerman hallucinated is going to prove that is something wrong with the router, with the Wi-Fi, with the wireless Wi-Fi. That is the one guilty that is dropping and increasing and dropping and increasing. But this was a problem with every fucking router, the same thing they did. Regardless of which router I would choose, routers went dead without giving me the ability to use a password on them the very first day as I purchased them, as I brought them home. I could not secure the, even with the password Wi-Fi. Police took care immediately. I eventually even end up returning one Wi-Fi router immediately back to the store because it was destroyed within days. We had this kind of stuff with the police literally learning on how to, on these routers, playing with them. If those are even my routers, who the fuck knows? I suppose they were. Mother was just waiting on me here. Let's do it again, this stuff here. And the Wi-Fi, that much is gonna give me the chance to finish from the comfort of where I am at. So this is Ulica Mirana Jarca, the street of Miran Yards. If I go back here into this street here, this is where I come from, and this is where I go in this direction like this. See, this is how dangerous this is. See what this is? Oh, we're gonna travel a little bit slower if the signal is gonna give the opportunity. The signal just doesn't give opportunity. Well, the mom was right here like this at the graveyard. Mother stated me during MK Ultra. Oh well, this is where you had me already, and the father is just few meters away. So she wanted me to feel sorry for her. This is how she plays. This is the stuff she does. This is what she got herself involved in. She participated in it, actively so. She is the one who sees nothing, knows nothing. As a matter of fact, since I'm doing this stuff here, let me demonstrate you something. Let me demonstrate you something since I'm right here. She doesn't know anything about any of this stuff. She knows nothing about this stuff. So I'm gonna pay it right back, the favor, the Wi-Fi favor, the way they want to do it. They're using my mom and my father because they want reduced sentences and stuff like this. And they're using them for the worst. They're using them literally to murder me, with goal to get me killed. It's like this, look. I try to understand. What the hell is this shit about? But then in that case, let's remove this garbage away. Aha, okay. And maybe it's this here? Yes, maybe. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We got it. We got it, baby. We got him. Okay. She still keeps this shit here. She yells, scream at me if I mention her. Let me make sure that you see it. Do you see this here? The way you see it? What do you see? You see the phone, right? You see the telephone. I gotta make sure that you do see it though. And you see this here, right? She's keeping the telephone like this already for 2 days. She's keeping the telephone like this, down like that, exactly the way you saw it, already for 2 days. Why is she doing this kind of stuff? My mother, who sees nothing, knows nothing. Why is she doing this kind of stuff, my mama? Let me demonstrate you why is she doing this kind of stuff. It's an easy thing to demonstrate. And then if there is somebody else that wants to argue with me, that's fine. We're gonna go not to the 6th. Today is the 7th, July the 7th, as I do this stuff. We're gonna go to the 7th like this.
In respect to the sound that you heard outside,
oh, there is incident all the time. It's incident. It's just fucking incident. One incident after another. Let me just do it like this, and hopefully this is gonna help me out to. There you go. This is why she's doing this.
you have a more paranoia going on. The mother keeps doing this stuff. She leaves the telephone like this, and she engaged in a paranoia during MK Ultra. She insisted to me that they're gonna be listening. They're gonna be listening. They're gonna be listening. What the fuck is the problem if they are listening?
Do you did not pay attention to the date of this? Because I also did not demonstrated you this stuff. She did this on 50 occasions already. This was recorded on July 6th at very early morning hours yesterday at 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday. This is more than 2 days already then, in that case. My mother would hang the phone down like this during MK Ultra and started to incite in a paranoia. She insisted, oh, when you see this, they're listening, they're gonna take me away, you're gonna be without your mommy. You understand? But if I mention her something about MK Ultra, she goes completely insane. I don't even have a guts to mention her anything about MK Ultra because she goes on a rampage, on a total rampage. And God forbid I would go on a rampage through this kind of issues. She's driving nuts. They're driving insane. This is a very violent procedure that runs in the background of it all. During MK Ultra, when she was doing this kind of stuff, she insisted, they're going to take me away. They are listening. They're listening. And everything you talk to yourself inside of the house, they listen. And if you will talk bad about me, they're going to take me away. My mother repeated to me this stuff 1,000 times during MK Ultra, and look what she's doing. She did this shit already on 50 occasions. There were no storm here, no shit. And no storm ever lasted several days. She leaves this phone for days and even weeks like this. She does crazy stuff. That's incitement in a paranoia. That's a heavy incitement in a paranoia. If you tell your son, if he's drugged up, subjected to the torture, and you tell him, with the police, that he will be surveillance inside of the house, and even talking to himself, anything bad that he would say about whatever family member, that they will have the family member disappear, that's heavy incitement into paranoia, while at the same time, in real time, you maintain him that he is mentally ill, that he is mentally sick, that everything is happening in his head whenever he mentions to you the issue about MK Ultra. That's the case with my mama. That's what my mama is doing since return of the Poland, now already for over 5 years. This is the police spiel. This is a Milan Kuchan spiel. This is a Robert Golob spiel I am dealing with. This is the stuff we are doing. This is what's happening indoors, outdoors, and so on. That's how they enforce. And paranoia and crime, etc., etc., etc. That's what the mother is used for. I don't have anything else to say to you other than there you go. You just do it like this. You Google Außer Times. And in case the Google no longer will exist, in case that you're gonna see Google founder Larry Page and Sergey Brin Mikhailovich getting arrested, and it happens that Google no longer will be out there, then what you do is you just search for Auster Times using whatever option, MSN, Yahoo, if they're going to be there, etc., etc., etc. That's what this is. That's how this is. Thank you for watching this video, and let me do my closing. Till next time. Today I already profited immensely. Today I profited immensely. I profited immensely today. This shit here should have led me inside of the hospital. This is not a shit to reckon with. I was demonstrated literally to the people. One lady, maybe I could expand this stuff. I probably should expand this to a little bit more information that I can provide you with. In a direction which I had it, towards Shmiel, as a lady that supposedly suffered a very, very bad accident in this intersection. Ended up inside of the hospital, all broken, etc., etc. Right here, right at this place. Very, very, very bad place. Why don't I give you entire route which I took. We can go and I can give you entire route which I took. Unusually heavy traffic. Unusually a lot of old people. Unusually a lot of old people. Unusually a lot of pensioners. You're gonna hear me, I even complain on an audio recorder. They would not even allow me. It was a madness. When I was returning back, I have not seen shit like this yet. I've not seen the stuff like this yet. I got upset with the Italian guy. This guy also was involved in MK Ultra, this guy. He had a Dacia Logan, or I should say, whatever that was. And he would not even allow me to merge inside of the fucking traffic. I got really upset with him. A lot of old people. I don't know what the fuck went on with the old people today in the Novo mesto, but the old person inside of the car is just as much, or maybe even deadlier than others, because the pensioners are rich people. They have a lot of money, at least here, and they don't give a three fuck if one of those socialist kulaks from Krka Pharmaceutical or whatever place, Milan Kuchan, a short one, they have a whole fucking military of these corpses moving around and doing a fucking jam, their orchestra inside of the city. They don't give a fuck if they smash you with a car. They're inside of the car just like you are. And they have the money, they have a steady income, whatever. It's as simple as this. And then it's a matter of proving it, whatever. This here was packed, jammed. I had cars going one after another past me. I'm trying to make here the right turn. No fucking car would let me through. Fucking crazy. I had 10 fucking cars going past me slowly through the intersection without one would allow me to merge into the traffic. It was during MK Ultra this Italian guy for whom I was told, together with a BMW, it was a BMW like orange kind of color, metallic, not orange but between orange and brown color metallic, also a pensioner, a lady, a female. That was a couple, the Italian, that he would witness that about knowing about this stuff, that they would literally coordinate, knowing where in which part of the city I am, moving around, and it's exactly where they would go, to give me a chance to take their license plate. And I was so upset I wouldn't even take his license plate. Simple as this. I was so upset about this whole thing. I have so much enough of this stuff, because it's this kind of stuff that creates this kind of stuff. Who the fuck did not know about this stuff? I don't know. The whole street knew. The whole fucking city knew about this one. Yeah, this is the stuff they're playing with. This is what they're doing. This is under the ground spiel we have going on. No fucking car would allow me to merge, which is, for me personally, I always allow people to merge inside, in the lanes. I always let the person go through, kind of a crazy. Then had this Italian guy even finally pass me, without giving any fuck about me. And the lady with the BMW behind him, a friend of his, she continued this was on the way back. I mean, it's truly amazing. She continued to go straight. He make the left turn here, and he make the left turn. Talking about this Italian pensioner, he make the left turn in such a way. He was a very nice guy, this Italian pensioner. I know, but you know what, man? Come on. He made a left turn here, and it was a truck driver that would stop for him so that he could make his left turn and go. If you understand what I'm saying. Now, he would not go. He blocked the fucking road. He stopped right in front of the truck and blocked the fucking truck and blocked me from going in this direction here. He made the fucking circus here. Man, I fucking lost it. I started to horn him, eh? Come on, eh? This is fucking circus. I could end up inside of the hospital with a broken neck. The spine problem already I have could be much worse, etc., etc., etc. Just a little earlier, it could prove to be potentially deadly, this whole thing. This is also direction from where I came. If I take you to direction where I came from, it would be this way, like this. I'm gonna demonstrate you exactly the jam that took place today, exactly how it happened. So I come here, all right, I come here. All of a sudden, a lot of cars I see here. One car after another. Alright, I wait, and then I fuck it. I go my way. I go through here. I go. A lot of cars. Okay, a lot of cars. Not so bad, but not so bad. We reasonably driving through here. I could have make a cut and go right through here at this intersection here, but I decide not to. This was a lessening of psychiatrist Peter Kapsch, who insisted everybody involved in MKI to, in event of the, they investigated absolutely how it works, the traffic in event of the rain and that kind of stuff, where you should always go in that case, etc., 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 etc. So my mother made the decision for me. I wasn't making the decision. My mother made the decision for me. I would definitely go through here because this is a shorter distance. It's called Nadmlini. But because my mama, who was the father, did it like this here. So let's say this here. This home for elderly people. This is a home for elderly people right there, where it says DSO, whatever. All this complex is a home for elderly people, right? And so my mama made a decision that she's gonna wait for me here. That's where she waited. Right here. Yeah. She wanted to have her say. Graveyard. Just like she said during MK Ultra. And you will have me on the graveyard. And she enjoyed during MK Ultra. I said, Mama, graveyard, what kind of graveyard? You're gonna be on the graveyard. And they would not give the answers. They would traumatize. This is a typical MK Ultra trauma environment you're talking about. That's how they were doing this kind of incident. And she said, the father is not going to be too far. You already know where the father is going to be. And then all you have to do is father, which is very close. And you have both. And you have taken care of both. Graveyard, graveyard, graveyard. Let me zoom myself out so that I demonstrate you this. Actually, I realize that this is this is extremely traumatizing stuff, and it's simple, but it's better that I put this on a paper like this. So you do have several options. Let's do it like this. Of which mother have chosen the longest one? Today. On her way back home, no less than 40 minutes earlier is when the telephone rang at 9:20 to please come to pick her up because she's all wet, and to bring the vinyl with me so she can sit on the seat. My mother have chosen, therefore, instead of going from here to here and then just in direction of the home, because this is the way it works, she have chosen instead to go in other direction, absolutely knowing about what's gonna happen. She made the decision we'll go through here. And so, because she was here, I made a decision, since I was coming through here, that I will not go through here. This is also a 30km/h restriction zone. You know, that I will not go through here, but instead that I will proceed through here, and then through here, and then either through here and in this direction, or simply through these intersections here to get the mom. Yeah, this is the way it was. So everybody was doing the same thing. Police evaluated this stuff, and I did the same thing. So I have fallen in the trap what they believe would result in a car accident. So I don't go through the Namlini, but I continue instead straight. I go here, I continue here. This is where Okleshon is, a funeral services. They had a guy from Okleshon who was involved in this stuff. He would also go to the hospital with me. He was particularly playing exactly with this incident. He was involved in this incident. He was the one who was taking me in the hospital and was even talking to others that were injured at this intersection. He is employed at Okleshon Funeral Services. And they also had several people based on MK Ultra scenario that would deliver me here at Okleshon. I don't know if those are the same people, but it was like a family that they stopped here, right here at this entrance to Okleshon, and I was suggested that when you see this, they would deliver me along with them to Okleshon. I would not even know where the fuck I was till they would explain to me, oh, it's a funeral services. That's how they traumatize. They mind boggle till you realize where you are at. This is the same kind of issue as the one here with the telephone, the same kind of shit. Same identical kind of stuff we see going on. The same kind of stuff, trauma. Stuff connecting with some people, talking about the psychiatrists and psychologists, claim that MK Ultra procedure is a schizophrenia. No, it's not. But you can confuse the person to the great degree, that's for sure. If the person allows you to do so. If he's not immune to your bullshit, yeah, you can do that. The thing is that this kind of people should not be anywhere else than inside of the jail, inside of the prison system. So they already made the circus here. I saw that stuff, all that stuff. And I proceed. This is where the jamming with the cars started to happen. And unfortunately, police also made sure that you could not use this route. That's exactly what I was told also the case is going to be. Because they put some kind of, they restricted the traffic to the local, let's just put it that way, to the local traffic. So, you know, that would be a violation anyway if I would go and use it. But there is a pilot that raises and so on. And so I found myself here, for which they already suggested me, possibly you're going to even make the incident car crash here. The car stopped like this, and it was obviously a jam ahead of me. If I would go straight, yeah, going straight, going fucking nowhere. Now you do realize that this is a curve here, and you have cars in front of you. In this small car, Volkswagen Polo, you don't see anything ahead of you. So in this event, in this situation, I was required basically to go on this side of the road and go through here. So no wonder they guaranteed me that it's going to be already incident here. And I was thinking about to do this and make a left turn, just cut through the full line and just go. But then I said to myself, you know what? It's not going to happen. We had this kind of stuff. Despite my mommy being completely wet, she said, bring the vinyl with me so that I can sit. Finally, the traffic cleared enough so that I was capable to move. I lost a lot of minutes here. Through, and I continued here, absolutely without any traffic anywhere. Zero traffic here to report. Nothing. Fly through here like no fucking traffic whatsoever. However, we have a problem here. This is where the car jamming already starts, and this is where I do take chance, and I do go to make a left turn and go in the direction I'm going to demonstrate you, with already facing traffic that under normal circumstances I wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. I continue to go through here. I go through here. I go through these streets. The lady who was involved in MK Ultra and who told me, you're gonna see me, this entire area was involved in torture. From house to house. From house to house. The lady came out here and she told me involved in this was this lady, involved in a lot of torture. She said, she promised me she's gonna get her revenge during MK Ultra. That you're gonna see me once, she said. She came out of here, out of the house. I saw the lady. I moved completely out of her way. Slowly I proceeded. And this is where we are heading to this. So I was basically, like it or not, compelled into this stuff. Visibility is zero, just as I explained. And the rest of it I already explained to you how it went. So a little mistake if I would have done, I would have a lot of headache today. Definitely, just as a mechanic of the car insisted. Laugh in my face. when he learned about this stuff. Mitya from Ratesh. I'm gonna go a little bit, give a little bit visit so that we make sure that you know who this guy is. This is actually Ratesh, I would even say Petelinik. Yeah. Father always said Ratesh, but it's not Ratesh. We're right here where you see Turk installatie in this area here. His name is Mitya, he's a mechanic, private, works for the local company known as Berus Audi. I have to make sure about this stuff. I'm not going to allow this. I'm not going to go flash this, but he works for the local Volkswagen Audi. Everybody involved in MKH got to know him. From French to people from Volkswagen, Audi, they evaluated him, how he works, if he knows his stuff and this and that, if he's suitable enough for the crime, in other words. This is the way this stuff operates, yes. I did told you about the white SUV driver. This is a Slovenian guy. Blue eyes. Semi-blonde. Light hair, I should say. Not blonde, but light hair. Involving this stuff. Also dwelled inside of our house. My father wasn't even owner of this house. This house was a cursed house by Milan Kucha and by Robert Golob. They were owners. The owners of this house, since my father built this house, was Milan Kuchan, Putin, Robert Golob, Gregor Golobic, Borut Pahor, Tanya Fayon. My father was only a hostage here, and my mother was only a hostage here from beginning, but then the lunacy took over. Thank you very much for the house like that. Would you want to be in one? Would you want to own shit like this? Clearly, this is domestic terrorism, and clearly this is international terrorism because it goes beyond the domestic issues. The people internationally involved in this did not contribute other than to expansion of the crime. People internationally involved in this were a good insurance of British Charles Windsor. That's about as far as it gets, this whole thing. You're gonna take a date and time. I did spoke about oil change recently, about the Volkswagen, how they were going to award me with a filter and with the oil needed for the car. How nice. And so why not to take time and date from Germany. Mother was asking me if I know what date it is, and I told her it's July the 7th repeatedly, and she keep asking me about if I know what date it is. No, I don't know. July 7, I don't know what else to tell you. That's the date. Here.
Having more paranoia going on. The mother keeps doing this stuff. She leaves the telephone like this, and she engaged in a paranoia during MK Ultra. She insisted to me that they're gonna be listening. They're gonna be listening. They're gonna be listening. What the fuck is the problem if they're listening? We don't have any kind of secrets here. So they're gonna be listening. And so to alert me, she would place the headphones like this. The thing is, she's doing this shit all the time. She did this stuff 50 times already. Every time I go next to the telephone, I see how she places the telephone down like this. And you're gonna say to me that she is not inciting in a paranoia, that she's not a maniac from the psychiatric hospital Ljubljana Polje. Live with a lunatic like this, and let's see how you can be normal. Under what kind of circumstances is this woman sane when she is 100 completely criminally nuts? What kind of standard? On one way, she claims there was no MK Ultra, that I am insane. Wherever I talk to her about MK Ultra, she starts screaming, yelling. That means that she does not admit there was MK Ultra. On the other hand, she's doing this kind of stuff. So this is having more paranoia going on.
This is pretty well explained, isn't it? This is a pretty well explained about how this stuff. So they try to confuse all the time with the issues that they play. Basically neutralizing your brain, put you in I don't know what kind of a mode, brain dead mode or something like that. So now if I would allow them this shit, this would be horrific. They orchestrated not only this incident, they orchestrated many other incidents like this. Many other. This is a hit. This is a regular hit. I was gonna say some more important stuff, but there is nothing else for right now for me to say. She was asking about if I know what date it is. And I repeatedly told her that it is the 7th of July 2025. She claimed it's July the 8th of 2025. Why the fuck would she claim me that it's July 8th of 2025? She doesn't wear the watch. She doesn't take the telephone enough interested in learning to use the telephone so she could use one deliberately. She's just doing a confusion based on police scenario, the way the police engineer this is going to act like this and so on and so forth. So the lesson is, you already have a mother at the graveyard and the father is very close near, and as I was taught, shit, maybe you're gonna get there even earlier than they will, etc., etc., and then this occasion and stuff like that. So good luck with it, losers. You're closer to the graveyards than I am.